Good evening, citizens of Los Angeles. Tonight we gather to commend 4 officers who exemplify the unwavering dedication of the LAPD to enforce the Replicant Prohibition Act. In the face of danger, they stood tall, risking life and limb to protect our city from the shadows that threaten to engulf us. Tonight is a night of triumph. A night where we celebrate the unyielding commitment of 4 extraordinary officers who, without hesitation, executed a mission of paramount importance in the relentless pursuit of justice. Tonight we honor not only their courage, but their decisive actions that eliminated this threat at its core. They faced the embodiment of synthetic malice and eradicated it with a resolve that defines the spirit of the LAPD. The Replicant Prohibition Act stands as a shield, and these officers wielded it with unparalleled valor. We must not lose sight of the goal and move forward with more ferocity than ever. Embrace the clarity that these officers have provided through their unwavering execution of duty, and let this commendation be a beacon, a symbol of the LAPD's commitment to eradicating the threats that lurk in the darkness. Together we stand united against those who would seek to disrupt the peace we hold dear. Let these officers serve as an inspiration to us all as we continue to uphold the Replicant Prohibition Act and keep our city safe.
Detective Holden stares out at the crowd from the podium, the harsh lights casting deep shadows across his face. The commendation ceremony has unfolded beneath the ominous canopy of a neon-lit cityscape, and rain, as usual, descends in a ceaseless drizzle, casting a glistening sheen on the wet pavement below. The towering buildings, adorned with flickering holographic billboards, loom over the rain-soaked crowd. Umbrellas dot the landscape, their outlines moving in unison with the shifting throng, while the dominating shadows of skyscrapers stretch across their faces. Detective Holden's words resonate against this backdrop, his speech contrasting with the cold, indifferent cityscape that bears witness to the complex dance of propaganda and doubt.
How much longer is this gonna go on?
I mean, they'll come over to us and hand something to us and shake our hand, and that should be it, just as soon as he gets through this.
It just seems so... It seems... I don't know. Sick.
I kind of like it. Get carted everywhere in a wheelchair. Get a little medal pinned on your chest. Something. You guys should have got shot.
Yeah,
Guess
I'd
we'll
rather
have
not.
to try it next time.
No. By the way, how's your gut?
It fixed me up pretty good. They actually footed the bill to give me some I don't know, robot skin, something like that. It's some sort of mesh that holds my guts together. Actually, it made me feel like I could take another bullet and I'd be fine. Honestly.
That's not in the, that's It's not in the policy that we get, so
No, but I mean, if they're gonna cart us up here like heroes, they better treat us like goddamn heroes.
right.
You know, good for optics, right? So, but you're right. It was not covered in our insurance.
What kind of drugs did they give you?
I didn't ask. They were good. But
Can you feel anything?
what do you mean?
I mean, can you still feel it? Does it feel different?
Oh yeah. It feels different for sure. It's tight. Feels like you know, like when you get a shirt that you shrunk in the wash. Kinda like that. It feels like it used to fit, but now it doesn't. And there's still some pain like inside. Not on the skin. Like the part where they put that mesh in, that's got no feeling because it's not me. But where they fixed up my guts, like I can feel that when I laugh.
Did they give you antibiotics, or is that the stuff that doesn't need it? For your body to adjust or whatever?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure they did, or they didn't. I didn't much ask. Not my area of expertise. I don't. One of those need to know things. As long as they're doing it, I don't care what they do as long as they fix me up. You know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm sure the whiskey's also helping the adjustment
You know it is.
now and then.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Stand up straight.
Okay.
Well, you sit down.
Oh, why you gotta say that?
Sorry.
Holden begins pinning the medals on each of the officers here. The crowd is cheering. What are the expressions on your faces?
Selma's looking straight out ahead. Her hands are behind her back, and her posture is super straight. And she's not looking around, just straight forward.
And what are you feeling inside?
Confused, scared, like this is premature. It's not my choice.
Who's next?
I would equally, I'd be equally standing up, very straight, stock still, looking forward as well. Internally, indifference. That's all I got.
Or I think before Holden gets there, I would be looking very impatient. And then I kind of plaster a smile on my face when he gets there. Sort of half-hearted.
And
I'm
Skip?
playing the part of the proud soldier. Chest up. Not smiling, just, you know, accepting.
He gives each of you a very slight nod, as if to say you've done your duty here today very well. He turns, addresses the crowd once more, and thus begins a small after-party with you and the rest of the people at the LAPD. So we're going to move forward into that scene for just a moment. What do? Do you mingle? Do you stick with each other?
I probably mingle,
Okay.
you know. I find maybe a cup of coffee, something warm, coffee, tea, really. probably start chatting with some folks. There's a lady by the water cooler. I think her name's Deborah. We were just talking about the sale going on at Madsen's. I think there's like a buy two, get one on shoes.
How
You
do
probably see me.
Yeah,
oh,
go ahead. No, you.
You probably see me with whatever they're serving, drink in my hand, and I'm probably trying to convince Natalie, the clerk, to go for a ride in my wheelchair.
Oh. I actually brought you something.
Oh yeah.
It's pie, but with the cheese the way I like it. And it's like a nice little box, and it's got a bow on it. And I hand it to you. I look like I want to say something, but I don't know if I have a right to say something, so I'm hesitating a little bit.
Is there a place you want to share this pie, or is it just for me?
Oh, well, we could share it, but we could share the next one. This one should be just for you.
Okay. Should I open it now or wait till I get home?
Whatever you like. It's yours now. I want to say thank you, but I'm not sure how to do that properly.
Thank me for what?
Doing your duty, your job, but more so for braving the darkness that surrounds the decisions that you make in the name of justice.
You practiced that, didn't you, Natalie?
No, I feel very strongly about it.
Well, at the risk of making it more awkward, thank you. And I hope from now on you will address me as your hero, sir.
You're a hero, sir.
If that would be, okay with you, I would prefer that moniker.
You're a hero, sir. Thank you for your service. Careful, you're going to hurt yourself again.
Yep.
Okay.
My guts are, they're firmly in place. Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah, I do. Is that weird?
I am button one little button, and I kind of
Okay.
like let her peek at the mesh that's holding my gut together.
What?
Go ahead, poke it.
I mean, can I? It's not going to
Yeah.
hurt it? Oh, I
Nope.
absolutely. I'll reach out and I poke it a little bit. Ooh,
It's like a little bit like snakeskin, isn't it?
it is. It's a little rougher than skin.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I've never seen synth skin like that before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Said
Well,
I mean, they fixed me up, but that's me now. That's not going away.
yeah. Well,
So
we'll give you a nickname like they do, Iron Lung. He's not
How about
behind me,
Snake?
is he?
how about Snake? Snake sounds good. You can call me
Snake?
Snake. Yeah, that
Oh.
sounds cool. That's-
It feels like there's not enough there. Like
Oh,
maybe
okay.
we should add something to it. Like, how firm it is. Like you're maybe solid. No? Okay.
Solid Snake
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
doesn't make any sense
Oh, I guess you're right.
unless you're talking about like a penis.
I never thought about that. We got Iron Lung and Solid Snake. It works. All right. I will let you get back to your mingling. But I'm glad
Okay.
you're okay.
Rain check on that pie.
Absolutely. And I walk away.
One day. She'll come around. She'll come around. Can I get another one? Please? I'm in pain here. I'm a hero. Give me another drink. Thank you. Just kind of wheel
Mm-hmm.
and mingle.
Mingle around. Okay, now we're going to take a moment to do something that we didn't do at the end of last episode, which is some of us hit some critical stress, correct? Which means you have to roll on an injury table for your mind, which all of us are familiar with. So let's see here. Now, what I've done is I have allowed the players to choose whichever table. So we're going to do one roll, and then they get to choose which table they're grabbing their effect from. Also, I want to give the players absolute liberty to do something that's not necessarily on this list, because I feel like this list is like good guidelines. But if they decide and feel like something is a little bit more to their character, I trust them implicitly to be able to come up with something that is that fits. So we have a human and then a replicant table, and it's a 1D.
I roll your empathy.
Yeah, you roll your empathy, but it's 1 through 6. But then if you get anything above 6, then you still get one of 6 options, is what's listed here on either human or replicant. So I'm not going to read those out. I'm just going to have those of you who hit the stress critical injury to go ahead and roll, and then look and maybe choose and think about your effect. Now, I think it would be cool if we don't tell the audience or me which one you've rolled, and if you just role play it out in the following scenes to come. What do you guys think?
Sounds good. Do you want our
Okay.
rolls to be private too?
No, go ahead. Roll. Well,
Okay.
yeah. It doesn't matter because they don't know what the list is, but yeah, go for it.
We do though.
Oh, you're correct. Okay, yeah, so you're hiding it from each other too. Yes. Private rolls then.
Oh, all right. So what die for that? I was just gonna grab it.
You're rolling
It's
your
your-
empathy.
It's your
Oh,
base.
you can-
your
what you can
base
do
die
is-
for your empathy.
I believe you can click roll to GM, but maybe not. Let me see what your empathy is.
So you can't roll, I think, just the attribute.
Okay.
You would have to roll like separately. You can send a roll just to the GM if you want, but it wouldn't be via the sheet.
Yeah, okay, you'd have to like type that in, which you could do if you don't have dice in front of you.
No, I'm good.
Okay, and it looks like your empathy is a D10.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I will send that to you.
And your tables are on page 75 and 76. Okay, perfect. Now, what we've also decided to do is role play out some of the downtime, which we haven't done before. So we're going to do, for the rest of this episode, we're going to do dialogue scenes between the characters. And we're going to be starting with, I wrote it down, hold on. We're going to be starting with Selma and Galen. So whenever you're ready, Wax, I know you just had to roll and pull up in a critical stress.
I just sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Ooh. So do you want to bank that then?
No.
Okay. Cool. All right.
All right. I sent you mine, or all the stuff for it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to be starting with Selma and Galen, and we decided to do this over the next 2 days, do you guys feel? Or is this all happening in one day, just various moments of the day of your downtime?
I mean, I think a couple days is fine.
Yeah, probably a
you
couple
know. Yeah.
days.
Yep, okay. All right. Just the only reason I specify is because stuff happens,
Right.
regardless
Right,
of
right,
whether
right.
you guys are working on the case or not. So if you're taking a few days, then that pushes those things forward.
Given what's happened, I think it would
I
probably
think it
be
makes
a few
sense.
days.
Yeah.
I feel like we would also be ordered to take time.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Whenever anything major like this happens, that's generally what happens on a police force.
Yeah, and I don't know how you guys feel about that. Probably a little frustrated. You probably have other detectives working on some of your case as well. All right, so we're going to move over. Would you like to tell us where we are? Or would you like to just dive into the scene and let them figure it out from context clues?
Oh, can we roll for it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what should I roll?
Roll a 1d2. 2 will be secret.
All right,
Okay.
so,
Mm-hmm.
so we tell them.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. So we pull up in, I think, probably a spinner, maybe.
Yeah.
Both Galen and myself, and I forget the name of this place. I think it's called like Shooting Blanks Gallery, and
Cute.
it's got like a couple of the lights are like in neon and they're sort of blinking, and then a couple of them are just out, so it looks like hooting instead of shooting.
Oh, that's cute.
And so Galen and I pull up and I say, all right, well, I know the guy here. And I hope he's working tonight. What day is it?
Oh, good question. Because you guys, all of this happened on a timeline. I'm not sure what day it is. I'd have to look it up here real quick. But we can say that your
Do you know
gentleman
what
is
the
working.
date is? I can tell you what day it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for the date. So you guys did, I'm pretty sure the date is the 13th.
Okay, that'd be Wednesday.
But that could be either 13th or the 14th. I'm just going to double check real quick.
Okay.
So either Wednesday or Thursday.
Yep. It's one of those two.
Okay. Well, I think Terry's working, and if Terry's working, that means we're gonna have access to the fun stuff.
You
What do you find
absolutely
fun?
have access to the fun stuff. So sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you know, have you ever seen the stuff that goes off? It makes a bunch of color. It's not phosphorus. I forget what it is, but when you shoot
Magnesium.
it, I think that's the one, and you shoot
It's
it.
green if it's magnesium.
Yeah, maybe it's magnesium then, but oh hell, I don't know, Galen. It's some chemistry. They do some stuff with it. It makes fun colors, and we get to shoot it. And that's what we're going to be doing.
You
Are you
like to
ready?
do this kind of thing in your spare time a lot?
Well, I don't know. I like to do it with friends, I suppose. I think it's a lot more a fun experience that way. You know, do you light off fireworks by yourself? I feel like it's kind of the same feeling.
Not usually.
Yeah, so it's more of a show that way. And we come up to like a set of double doors here. They're real greasy. They don't look like they've been washed. There's a bunch of papers that are like taped on it, like Friday night, fish fry and shoot, and a couple lost dog flyers all over the door. And I hold the door open for Galen. And I think we probably head in, and there's kind of smells like old cigarette. There's this really like mottled gray and blue carpet, and maybe some stains. And there's a guy that's hunched over, and it looks like he's doing something on a screen, but you can tell that he hunches over a lot because his posture's pretty bad. He's got a pair of those glasses that attach as a necklace. Receding hairline. He's got some flannel on, some boots that come up to his knees, because he also does a lot of what he likes to call ice fishing, but it's not actually ice fishing. He just goes in a puddle, and I think he just shoots fish. And I look at him and say, "Hey, Terry."
Oh, hey, how you
Busy
doing? Nope.
I'm good. Good.
Not
I'm
busy at all.
Not busy at all. Just you tonight?
Yep, just me, and now you two. You wanted
yeah.
you wanted a special room, right?
Oh, yes, please.
All
Yes,
right.
please.
It take as long as you want. I know it says only 2 hours, but you know,
Okay. All right.
got nobody else signed up for today, so go on
Hey,
in.
I appreciate that.
Yep, I
all right.
appreciate you.
Terry,
I saw
this is
that,
Galen,
by the way.
Gary, Galen, Terry. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, I saw that. I saw the ceremony thing.
Oh
It was
yeah.
great. Yeah, heroes
Yeah.
you are.
Yep. You know, well, you know what they say, don't meet your heroes, right? Well, you already know me, Terry. I'm not a hero. I'm just doing my job.
Oh, that's just you being polite. All right, go on in.
Okay, thank you. All right.
I really wish they would stop mentioning that ceremony.
I don't know. I'm glad that it gives people a something, you know. But for me, I don't know what it does. It makes me feel like kind of like I shouldn't be up there, you know. It's just too soon. Still got a lot to work on. And I start taking the first thing in front of me, first weapon, which looks just like your basic small firearm here, and start putting some ammo in it. Or how would we load this type of ammo for this weapon, narrator? Is it automatically loaded, or do we do it at the
It depends on what weapon you have.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just gonna say, like, it depends on what you're trying to use. I believe
Okay.
you have a compact, but that I'm not sure. I'd have to double check your sheet.
Okay.
If you're using
can
a
look right
subcompact, it'd probably just be it would either be
She
a
is.
small magazine
Yep.
or a single shot for the subcompact.
Yep.
If it's a revolver, then you might have a quick loader that
Yep.
has the 6 rounds. Pop it in.
correct.
Okay.
And if you have the same kind of weapon that, like, Deckard had, then that would be probably some kind of mag, I would assume. And then if you have the more advanced version, I think that one's probably like it would probably be a mag as well, or like you remove the barrel, it almost looks like, and you would replace the barrel or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I have a subcompact, so I'll probably just start loading it by hand. I don't really know if Terry keeps track of the ammo here, so I'll keep track of it for him and let him know at the end of the session. Okay. All right. Now where's our target back there? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the blue dots back there, Galen, those are the ones that, I mean, we try to hit that because then it explodes and does a cool thing.
Okay.
If you want, you can go for whatever, you know, whatever's clever. But here, let me show you. And I just kind of aim my gun, and I go for the first blue dot that I see, which is kind of on the left ear, and I fire. And I'm not sure if I make it, but if I do make it, then you see this explosion of blue and green sparkles just everywhere, and it kind of makes like sound. It kind of sounds like one of those noisemakers, like a I don't know.
So it's got
really
like a
neat.
holographic display, like when you. That is so cool. I love that.
It's yeah, so it's pretty neat. I'm not sure how Terry gets this or where he gets it from, but it's pretty fun. So I shoot one of those and say, then, you know, it's your turn. We can kind of make a game out of it. Sometimes I try to see which ones I can hit. If I can hit all the blue spots first.
Ever since you fired, I don't seem to be paying attention very much to you. I'm looking at down at the gun, and then as soon as you say that it's my turn, I pick up the weapon and I empty the mag in very quick succession. And it's an extremely tight grouping.
Wow. Did you aim for the targets, or were you just shooting one spot in particular?
Just aiming for one spot. I wasn't really aiming for any of the special fireworks type targets. It would, if it was a person that you would see there on the target, Like if they have a sort of standard kind of gun range target, they would all be in the head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got him. Good grouping.
I look down at the
Go
weapon.
again.
I'm still sort of staring at it.
Do you mind if I ask you something, Galen?
No.
Are you comfortable with a weapon in your hands?
I never thought I would be.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I only ever thought of what it could do. I only ever looked at it as, well, it's a bad thing. It's not something I want. It's amazing how our perspective can change once we actually utilize it for ourselves.
Has your perspective changed?
Oh, considerably. I don't know if it's so much a level of comfort as it is a necessity. But sometimes it does feel like relaxing into my favorite chair. And I start loading my gun. And I start aiming. And I go for the blue spot on the leg. Oh, there it goes again. I love it. You know, if replicants did that, I think it'd be a hell of a lot more fun hunting them. But they don't. They fall. They fall just like people. That's the worst part, isn't it?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, it smells like... Oh, it's like sulfur, kind of. Excuse me. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna go for, let's see. Middle of the stomach, right here. Let's go for the, this skiff shot. Oh, missed that one. It's probably better that I did. Here, you go.
I pick up the weapon, and there's no hesitation. It doesn't really match my face as I do so. And again, I enter the mag quickly. It's tight grouping again in the exact same spot.
It's efficient. You ever do shooting range stuff, Galen? Surely you had to.
Just part of certification.
Yeah. What's your favorite meal? Like if you had to name just one.
I've never really thought much about it.
No?
What's yours?
Oh. I absolutely love a good grilled salmon with a nice just mountain of mashed potatoes and cooked spinach. Oh. So good. A little bit of ham or bacon in the spinach. You just put some grease in there.
None of it's real anymore.
Well, we got a lot of debates around here about what is real nowadays, don't we? And I mean, it gives me a sense of real comfort. I think that's all that counts at this point. But you're right, it's not real. I guess it's just a memory of what it used to be. It's a comforting memory.
Noodles.
Noodles. What kind of noodles?
Spicy kind.
Spicy.
Spicier the better.
I feel like I'm not that great at tolerating spice, you know? I just feel like I'm maybe a little softer of a palate there. Oh, got it. There it goes. I can't tolerate spice that much.
It's never really been a problem for me.
No. How are you and Bob getting along?
He's my partner. So are you now.
That's true. I noticed, I mean, seems like y'all got a good friendship.
We've all been through a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Not quite as close as yours. How do you do it? How do you do 6, 7 shots like that? All in a row? I feel like my precision's just not there yet.
I just don't really think about it.
You just
It
kind
just
of do
sort
it.
of happens.
Well, I wish I could get myself into that mentality. Just kind of happens. You know, it's been some time now. We've both been doing this. I guess the reason I really wanted to bring you to the shooting range was maybe not so much to shoot. I mean, it is part of the fun, you know. I like the, you know, I'm a big fan of display. I just feel like we are partners. You make a good point. I just don't know you. And it's part of my job. You know, I want to understand people. But
What do you want to know about me?
well, all right. Why are you so damn guarded? I just don't know. I need to know. I want to trust you. I don't even know why it is that you just, it's almost like you just do it. You know, we're here together, but you're shooting just to shoot. And for me, I want to know what makes you tick. What gives you a sense of passion or pleasure? What drives you?
I often ask myself that question. It's not an easy one for me to answer. but frankly, being guarded. When you've lost everything, when you trust people, and you're betrayed, it's hard to open up again. And as for what I'm passionate about, I'll let you know when I find it.
Wow. Thanks for being honest with me. That begs the question. What put you on the force?
I pick up the weapon again. And I fire. Shots are grouped up in the same place. Why did you join the force?
Couple of reasons. I think one of the biggest ones was probably spite. But to protect, I like knowing things. I think knowledge is power. And if I can help someone who's in a crisis or someone who feels like they're alone, that's what I like doing. Initially, I think it was probably spite for the world. That's what led me to start protecting those who don't even know spite. All they know is sadness and pain.
Well, then I suppose, for me, it felt like it was something I had to do. Never really felt like a choice, I guess.
Oh. Got that one. I think we might be out here. I don't know if I'm out of ammo. Hang on, let me check. Hey Terry.
Yeah.
Could I get another box?
Oh
of
yeah.
The,
you
of the
two can have whatever you want. Just go into the drawer there. I'm gonna unlock it. Anything for the heroes of LA.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
Yeah, no worries.
Too kind.
Thanks again, y'all.
All right, now load up my gun again.
There's a precision to the way that I reload the mag in my weapon. I fire again. Same spot.
Now, what spot exactly is it? Is it the like
It'd be
direct
the head
at the head
on the
or just-
target.
Okay.
Dead center.
Hmm. Well, I didn't always used to be an analyst. That was only fairly recent. I've been doing this almost 17 years. And I find that I have new things to be afraid of every day. I think that's one reason I'm still here. I'm still doing this.
What are you afraid of now?
I used to think it was just contrived to think everything. But just about everything. Just about everyone. And I think that can be a damning mentality sometimes, but it has also helped keep me out of some trouble. Sometimes it leads me to lose myself entirely and get into trouble anyway. But I think having a fear of everything, fear of the world, I hate having that. I hate having it, and I hate having to combat it every single day. But I do it because those of us who can't stand up to their own mind might need my help one day. And I guess in that way I do also feel called to it. I feel called to help, not just as a servant, but as someone who understands what it's like to be afraid.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm afraid all the time. Mainly, I'm afraid of what we're becoming, what I'm becoming.
And what is that?
I know what Renzo did. It was horrible. I know what the replicants have done is horrible. But I still feel like a murderer. We shouldn't be getting medals.
I hear you. I hear you. I've put down 9 of those things, and it's never easy. Never. Because again, they fall just like people. And they scream, and they wail, and they moan, just like people. And when we're told, well, just don't look at them like that. Gotta remove it. It's a threat. It's a threat to our society that is disguised as familiar. I had to turn that off. I had to flip that switch off. That part of me that said, you're killing something, you're killing someone. Not to me. Not anymore. I am simply terminating a program.
How do you flip that switch?
It's basically denying a lot of your own impulses. That's it. It's telling your lizard brain to shut down and do not believe your eyes and do not believe your ears. And it doesn't get easy, Galen. But I can tell you that the scab will heal in time. But you're gonna be angry about all of it.
Pick up the weapon and fire again. Same place, same grouping. Nine. How did that happen?
Spite. Spite. I joined with the intent to save and to serve. And I don't think many people are aware, because I don't mention it. But there was a time when I was held hostage, and it was an instance in which I feel intense fear and shame and guilt. And I don't think I've ever felt something like that ever again. After you're surrounded by the things that you were told are monsters, and you hear them chatter and you hear them talk about you. It's just the other end of the table, Galen. It's exactly how we speak about them.
If you look over towards me, you can see that I'm holding on to my necklace. I seem very focused on it.
I put down my gun. Do you, there's a cafe right down the road. Just an offer, but we can ditch this and go get some coffee instead. Or hell, Galen, I can just leave you alone.
When I look at you, and I'm not saying this out loud, I'm just describing what it looks like for the audience. It's as if I'm sort of looking past you, like I'm seeing something else. And I look confused.
tell you what. Let's just forget the whole shooting thing. We can head out. Maybe even grab a bite to eat. I don't say this, but I feel like I'm picking up a lot of unsaid things here, and I don't know what he's thinking. But I'm gonna do my best to try and get him to a more comfortable space where we're not in such a loud environment.
I put my necklace down. I seem to not really pay too much attention to what's going on. But before you know it, my gun is disassembled and the magazine is separated.
You sure are efficient with that.
Food, you said?
Yeah. Sound good, maybe?
All right.
Yeah? All right. All right, Tara, I think we're gonna be heading out here.
Yeah, all right. Great shooting,
Thank
y'all.
you. Hey, thank you so much. You know, I
Yep.
think we got all of them.
I can't wait to tell everybody I had the heroes in here tonight. That was great.
Oh, you stop. You stop. I'll be back in soon, okay?
All right.
All right, have a good week.
You too. Bye.
And like a little bell jingles as we head out. I think there is a cafe down the road, maybe.
I'll buy.
Do you guys want to go to the cafe as well? We have time for that if you'd like, or I can move on to Skiff and Bob.
I don't think there's much of a scene there for me, at least.
Okay. All right, Skiff and Bob, where are we?
We should be at the gym. At the precinct.
All right.
It's pretty robust. There's a lot of equipment. Some of it's advanced, but there's also just basic weights. There's a punching bag and some not really a ring, but a little area that's squared off for that sort of stuff. Close combat training. All right.
Nice to get out of that wheelchair.
Yeah, I can't imagine that was too comfortable.
No, it was all right. I didn't need
Really?
it, but they, you know, again, optics
Yeah. Well, I think
looked better, and I gotta say, I didn't mind the attention.
Well, yeah, you played it up well, so that's good, I suppose. Where do you want to start here? I know what I'm wanting to do, but where are you looking to hit?
Well, if you want to get on that heavy bag, I'll hold it for you.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you, how many years you got on the force?
Going on 8. 7 and
Yeah.
change.
Me too. Hold it steady. I start punching into it. My punches are, they're heavy. They follow through each one. I'm not putting a lot of emotion behind them, but you could tell I'm using a good amount of strength. Why'd you join?
Horse? Honestly, it's not a not a deep-seated, you know, not because my dad was a cop or anything like that. It was honestly because my hero was a cop. I used to read these books with this detective, and I always wanted to be like him. He was so cool. He always knew right from wrong. And also, I felt like I had a little bit of inside knowledge on the criminal mind, seeing as I grew up pretty poor and we had to do what we had to do to get by. So, thought I'd put that to use. And I have, and it's worked out all right so far.
You enjoy it?
Well, that's a loaded question. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Most days I feel like I come home and I can sleep. Some days I can't. Sure you know what I'm talking about, being a cop yourself.
Yeah. I do.
How about you? What's your story?
I was got into a little bit of trouble as a kid. A little bit. You know how it is on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy. But saw there was a cop. Right place, right time. Just someone there to protect, to help, I guess you could say. It wasn't really up until that point that I recognized that you could do that. You know, that you could think of others. I don't know.
No, I understand, man. When you live a life that's hand to mouth, you gotta focus on, you know, food, water, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff first, and it makes a person a certain way.
Yeah, it
I
does.
understand that.
You can feel me hitting the bag a little bit harder at this point. I've also started going down the bag, and I'm hitting the bag pretty hard. Mid-level.
You got some power behind those.
Yeah. Almost wasn't enough. You know, sorry you got shot. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
You were there.
I wasn't there fast enough.
I get what you mean, but just like you getting down on yourself for, you know, not being strong enough. I mean, you are comparing yourself to a human bulldozer, you know. They can do things that our human bodies are just not capable of. You know that.
Yeah,
So
I know.
you not being as strong or as quick as something that is built to be that, no shame in that. You did very well, from what I heard. You know, my puddle of blood did better than I did, at least.
No, I don't agree with that at all. You stopped him, right? From what I could hear, he could have gotten away very easily. But you were the difference in time.
Well, I hope I don't have to do that every time I want to stop a replicant or a criminal. Like, if I have to take a bullet every time, I'll quit tomorrow.
Do you think you could take a punch right there, right now?
Oof. I mean, of course. Absolutely. Not from you.
Well, no, not
There's
full.
a elementary school down the block. If you want to grab a kid or something and have him punch me, I could probably take that.
All right, that's fine.
No. Like, and I pull up, I let go of the bag and I pull up my shirt and I show him, like, this part of me and you can see like it's like a little strip of like cobalt blue, like metallic, like snake skinish, like mesh. This part of me right here could take it. Insides aren't done healing yet, so the skin is fine, but my guts are still kind of on the mend.
Hey, your guts. Yeah. I'll tell you what, guts. Let's do some weights.
Sounds good.
I'll give you a spot.
Oh, my turn.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was hoping it wouldn't be my turn.
Oh, no. Oh. You don't get out of this.
All right. And I lay down on the bench press. All right. I haven't done this in a while, so I might be a little rusty.
That's fine. I got my hands underneath. Don't worry. Just push what you can.
All right.
There you go. You know what's interesting, and you know your partner well from what I can tell. There was a moment I caught Selma's face, and it was... I don't know. I have a hard time reading people. You know, that's why Galen and I work together so well. He's pretty good at it. He can point me in a direction I can go. But it wasn't fear necessarily. I don't know what it was on her face, but oh, come on now, you got it. There you go. Yeah. Is she all right?
She's been through a lot. I don't even know all of it, to be honest with you. She's deceptively tough. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, no. She gave me an earful the first time I talked to her.
Oh yeah, about what?
Well, I was...
Your elbows on the table or something?
No, I was questioning her about where she was going when we were getting ready to go into this, into the bar. You went in first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she chewed me out.
What'd you do? I mean, what'd you do to get chewed out?
I questioned what she was doing. Which I understand now. I get it. But, you know, at the time, it was... You know, for me, there's a target. That's all there is. And you go towards that target till you get it.
Yeah. She's one of those people that you do whatever it takes to keep them around you for a few reasons. But for me, the most of which is you watch how she treats others. And if you don't have a decent moral compass, or you need help telling what the right thing to do is, it's those rare people that you find in your life that kind of help you with that.
Yeah.
She's possibly if I had to describe a good person, that'd be Selma. And it's weird because we're so different, but we mesh so well because she keeps me on the right side, and I help her deal with all the stuff that she has to deal with. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, she's been through it. But I try to help her with that best I can.
Yeah, you two seem to work well together. I can tell you got her back. And you don't always see that. I think there's a piece missing sometimes in these partnerships. They forget that the person that they're working with is also someone they're protecting. There's a trust that doesn't always go both ways. Galen has been the best partner I've had. And it was very easy to sink into it, which I found surprising. I just, I didn't recognize that you could have that with somebody. You know, I the partner I had before him was pretty good at his job. Bit of a cut up, you know. Like to make jokes. Never shut up. Couldn't have a silent moment in a stakeout. Always had something to say.
I know the type.
Yeah. I'd buy him food just so he'd stop talking. He'd still talk. Food in his mouth. But he was never anyone that I think I envy what you have with Selma. I think. It's just that Galen's great. He really is. And I trust him, but I don't necessarily understand him.
I wanted to ask you about that, actually. I go over and I lean over, still sitting on the bench, and grab some dumbbells. I wanted to ask you about that, actually.
Yeah.
I know we're partners. And like I said, that counts for me. But I want to trust him. I really do. I want to be able to trust him, but the way that first call was handled with the replicant, the bomb, all that kind of stuff, it just seemed like he's got another agenda. That agenda doesn't have much to do with teamwork. Seemed like that situation could have been diffused. I wasn't there, just calling it like I see it. But feel free to tell me I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, well, you are, but
Okay.
only because you're looking in the wrong direction. Galen was talking to him at his apartment door. I just got a little impatient with the presumed replicant and sped things on a little bit more than I should have.
Oh, that was you.
Well,
I wouldn't have pegged you for someone that impulsive.
No. Usually no, but you know, the replicants are dangerous. They're dangerous. They're broken tools that you can't trust to use, you can't trust to have around. You don't know how they're going to react. You don't know when they're going to set off a fucking bomb over a city. I don't want to give a replicant a chance to do that again. So if I can retire them faster, all the better.
Sounds like you got a grudge? Something?
No.
No.
Nah, they're just... How can you have a grudge against a tool?
Well, the fact that you're calling him a tool right there That says something.
Well, that's what they are. I mean, they're created, they're designed, they're made for a specific purpose. It's just like a hammer. You get a hammer and the handle is broken and you go to use it. It's a useless tool.
Hammer doesn't
Maybe you can
have-
fix it.
The hammer doesn't tell you it has a desire to live, though.
Do they have a desire to live? What is desire? And how do we know that's what they're feeling? How do we know they feel?
I mean, I don't want to get too out in the weeds philosophy-wise, but you could say the same about us. So let me ask you a question.
All right.
When you retire a replicant, what does it feel like to you?
You're gonna have to roll for this one. I'll give you an answer, but you're gonna have to roll for this one. So you're inside.
2 successes.
It feels like nothing. And I'm lying to you. It's just a job.
All right.
What does it feel like to you?
Anytime I have to pull my weapon, I have to tell myself that I'm an officer of the law. Doesn't matter if it's a replicant, doesn't matter if it's human. Every time I've shut the part of my brain off that says this is a life, even if it isn't. Kind of become robotic. I have to. And I do my job. If you're asking
Alright.
if I'm haunted, oh yeah,
You're
I got
haunted.
ghosts. I got demons.
Wait. By retiring a replicant, is that what you're saying? Or just demons in general?
I think we're all haunted by the things we wish we would have done differently, or the things we felt we had to do, but didn't care for.
Yeah.
I don't think any cop out there doesn't have that, and if they do, there's something else wrong with them.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's fair.
I don't want to be partnered with them.
I look right at you. I feel a little angry. That's
Did you
what I
say that
feel.
out loud, or
Oh, I say that to you after
Okay.
after you say what you said about not wanting to be partnered. someone that doesn't react or feel, that's when I look you in the eye and say, I feel a little angry.
About what I just said?
No, I feel angry when I shoot a replicant.
Oh. Sounds normal. At least you're feeling something.
Right. Right.
Is there a reason that you can come up with that you feel angry?
Yeah. You'll excuse me if I don't tell you right now.
I'm not going anywhere. When you feel the time is right, you go ahead. You let me know. One thing that Selma always said about me was, I got big shoulders and even bigger ears. Took me a second to realize what she meant by that, but shoulder to cry on, ears to listen.
She wasn't just jabbing at you.
No, I don't think she knows how to do that. Honestly, she's tried, and I just told her to stop trying. She tries to make jokes and they either fall off the mark or they go way too deep.
Yeah, I'm not good with jokes.
I don't know, man. Seen how you dress. God damn, I should lay off the jokes too.
I dress just fine. Thank you very much.
You do. You do.
Thank you.
If you're
I do
working
have
at a discount men's store.
Now listen.
Oh, stop it. Making it too easy. I'm gonna get back in the hospital.
I'm gonna punch you in the guts.
You know what? I wouldn't fault you. I deserve that.
Yeah, I just don't want the paperwork. Let me ask you a question. Now I understand it's personal. You don't have to answer. I guess I don't expect one, but that girl you knew, she was a replicant. But she felt something. As a kid, now, what is it? What do you feel?
You asked a straight question. I'm gonna try and give you a straight answer. The reason why I say it like that is because I'm still working through how I feel about it. I honestly don't know. It's something that I thought I'd never have to deal with. And now I'm going through my head and I don't know if I want to just run straight to her and ask her where she's been, how she's doing.
If you could have her back, if you could get her back, to you, would it matter if they were a replicant?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the truth.
Yeah.
It's a hypothetical that I can't. When you're stressing about talking to someone, and you rehearse it and you rehearse it and you rehearse it in your head, and then you go to talk to them, and all that just goes completely out the window. That's where I am right now. Until I'm faced with that decision, I have no idea. But I would like some answers.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is, whoever that is that I saw, that we saw recently, it's not the same thing I knew back then. It can't be. The math doesn't line up right.
No, I get that. It's just I had a talk with Galen a little while back, and replicants are what they are. But if you could have someone back that you knew, how does that not tear you up inside? Or does it? I mean, how do you not?
Because I don't think of it that way. The person or thing that I knew is not what I'm looking at. And I've been down the hole of what if. I've dug my way down to the bottom of that. And you know what's down there?
What?
More dirt. Just more and more and more dirt. What ifs never help anybody. What is what I try to focus on.
I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate you entertaining that. It's odd because I never thought about a replicant as a child. You just might know. Yeah, growing up, there was a couple of us were, running around the city getting our hands in things, and I have no idea what happened to any of them. I assume they all died. I mean, life expectancy is already hard, and when you're on the streets, it's just that much worse. But if I saw one of them, full grown today, I wouldn't go up and talk to him. It's not like we were really friends. Not really. We're just surviving, making plans to grab this or snatch that. That's all it was.
Don't take this the wrong way, but besides Galen, do you have many friends?
Sam was probably my best friend for a long time. His fiancée was also a really good friend. But no. And Galen and I were I'm not sure if friend is the right word. I got his back. Always. I'd help him. With anything, really. Yeah, I guess he is a friend. But yeah, no, I don't. People are messy.
That they are. But in my experience, it's worth the mess. Sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hit the showers. Hey, thanks for holding the bag.
Anytime.
Yeah. Watch them guts.
I walk outside. Feel like sweaty from the gym. Light up a cigarette. So what's your read on him?
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to answer that.
Wouldn't ask.
He seems lonely.
Say that again.
Are you lonely?
Sometimes. Well, more than that, he seems angry. I can't suss out why.
I think the line between anger and loneliness blurs a lot.
That is the truth. Can we trust him?
As long as he can trust himself, yeah.
You said it. Well,
Or are you being honest about if it mattered or not? If she was a replicant?
when it comes to her, man, truth and lie, hard to distinguish.
They blur a lot too.
What do you say? You want to be honest, but you really don't know how you feel. So the answer is yes. The answer is no.
I guess you'll find out, won't you? What if it's her?
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
And I flick the cigarette, go back in the locker room and clean up.
All right. Now we are switching scenes again. Galen, would you like to tell us where we are? And which one of you chose this spot?
I believe I would have chosen this spot. It is a bar. There's a lot of sex workers around. It is a place of vice, for sure. From the atmosphere alone, you can tell that there's a lot of drugs making their way underneath tables, over tables, in people's veins, in people's noses. And as far as what this place is and where we are, I imagine that it would probably be in Sector 1, Nightclub Row. It's probably reasonably... Actually, it'd be in the Red Light District. Apologies.
I believe that's still in Sector 1, so you didn't entirely misspeak.
Is it... So I'm a little unfamiliar with the locations in the book. The
Yeah.
beauty parlors. Is that where the sex workers are?
I think in 2037, because the book takes place well before our time, or well after our time that we're role-playing in right now, so I do believe so. But I also believe the beauty bars are places where you can go and get your cosmetic implants and stuff as well.
Okay. So it would be the Red Light District then?
Yes, for sure. And I know that Sector 1 is a lot of what we see in the first film. So for those of you trying to visualize, this is 2023. The first film takes place in 2019, so it's not that much different from that very first film. The Snake Pit bar is featured in that first film as well. So if you kind of want to get a mood, that's where we're at. Bright lights, very bright lights, even in the Red Light District. They're not hiding anything.
This is very much the same kind of vibe. You just sort of imagine the Snake Pit, but has a different name above it. I'm really bad at coming up with these names on the fly.
Okay, let me see. Let's do a reference to a bird. What's the first one that comes to mind?
Sunday swallows.
Yep. That's horrific and wonderful. It's perfect. What are you thinking about while you're waiting for Skiff to arrive?
I'm thinking about the different sex workers that I know. Somebody that will share some time with us. Somebody that will take the pain away. And somebody that I think Skiff might like.
And who do you think Skiff might like? I'm curious to Galen's read on Skiff.
Maybe somebody blonde.
That is cruel, don't you think?
Is it? signal to the bartender. Rum and Coke. And whiskey for my friend.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
Skiff.
Hope you don't mind I started a little early. Oh, I forgot we're inside now. Let me put that away. And I will take yours. Thank you very much.
Should be pretty decent whiskey.
Smells good. Am I getting notes of vanilla? Maybe some ethanol? Yep.
How you feeling?
Like a goddamn hero. How about you?
I don't know if hero's the right word.
Yeah. It never fit me right up. It's always like a bad jacket that I felt like got handed to me from someone else. Doesn't fit.
That seems like a fair assessment.
Yeah. I could tell your skin was crawling. Like, did I see you, like, flinch when they put that goddamn metal on you?
I
Maybe
try
I
to put a
was seeing
smile on my
things.
face for Captain Holden.
Nice
yeah.
place, by the way.
Yeah, it does the job. I know a lot of people here.
Oh, yeah? From work or pleasure? Or both?
Both.
I heard this is a good place to get both.
Have you, been drinking long today?
Well, about 30. Oh, today. No. No, I think this is only my second bottle. I'm good. I'm good. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. We all have our vices.
What's yours, then? We know what mine is.
Pick a direction in the bar.
I point to the bouncer.
Fighting isn't really one of them, no.
I point to the dance floor.
Sometimes. But it's usually see who I can go home with.
I point to the person who is the, like, I can find that is the most like peacocking, you know, like really putting themselves out there, like flesh showing, probably got some like colors, you know, maybe some spiky hair or, you know, like out anime hair or something like that. I just point to that person. What about that?
Not really. And I point to another person, someone that looks really reserved. Maybe someone that clearly had just gotten out of work, dressed in like a business outfit, and they seem kind of uncomfortable on the dance floor.
like I'm a little, I don't know, inexperienced or
No.
not necessarily hot to trot? The chase, maybe?
When a person like that comes to a bar like this, they're looking to make the pain go away.
You good at killing pain?
Yeah. I'm very good at it.
Well, I was talking with Bob, and we were in the gym, and he asked me, and I'm gonna ask you, why are you police?
Why are you?
Well, mine's easy. My hero was a detective in a book, and I wanted to be like him. He is a good man, knew right from wrong, but he had problems, so it made him, I don't know, relatable, I suppose. It wasn't perfect. I like that, because I'm not perfect either.
None of us are.
I don't. Excuse me. I noticed that you put the question on me, and you don't like talking about yourself. It's fine. I just noticed I asked you a question, then you asked me a question. Same question.
I became a cop because it felt like the only choice I had. You ever feel that way when you make a decision?
Sure. What? Why? Forgive me, but what was it like? Was it be a cop or be in jail? Be dead? Something?
All of the above, maybe. I've always been good at I've always been good at understanding what people want.
I can
Been
see
good.
that.
Vice kind of seemed like a natural choice.
You got experience with the other end of that? Seems like maybe you might.
Why don't you just come out and say it?
What? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to ask if you did bad. Not bad. If you did things that a cop would not do before you became a cop.
I've done lots of those things, yes.
You seem very comfortable in a place like this. I'm just wondering if that's the reason why. I mean, not comfortable, but like more like at home is a different thing. Does that make sense?
I understand this place. Makes sense to me. You pointed out some people around this place. The bouncer, for instance. I'm gonna look at the bouncer and point over to them. That's a new bouncer. I haven't seen them before. But I can tell you that he's just recently broken up with somebody. It's weighing heavily on him right now.
Now, hold on. You know this person and know that, or you looked at him and know that?
You can tell. You see the way that he keeps checking his pockets. He's looking for a message. He's not nervous though. He's hopeful and sad. That peacock that you pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get somebody killed tonight.
May I ask how?
Yeah. There's all kinds of different drugs. Some of them you definitely should not drink with. You see how she can't stop moving?
Mm-hmm.
She's probably gonna go home with somebody. They're going to get drunk and they're going to do some drugs. One or both of them is probably going to die.
That's, while a bit dark, it's pretty amazing.
Well,
Usually I have to talk to someone before I get a beat on what they are, who they are. But I lived my life and you lived yours, so that probably accounts for why you're so good at this.
I've just seen a lot in a place like this. She's had something bad happen. She's trying to forget.
Did you have something bad happen?
Haven't we all?
That's another deflection. I'm gonna start writing them on a board. 2 so far. And listen, I'm just talking shit. You don't have to answer. I'm just saying, it feels hard to get to know you. And being partners, I think we should.
I make it hard to get to know me. I think when people get too close to me, they find out things that they don't like. It's better not to get too close to people.
I disagree. Personally, I think anything that's happened to me within a relationship, there's always going to be pain. There's always going to be frustration and conflict and anger and all that. Always. But I'll tell you, when it's worth it, it makes up for it. maybe that's just me. Maybe the pain is more great for you than it is for me.
We'll never know. But why don't we get to know each other a little bit better?
I'm in. What's the plan, Stan?
Why don't you tell me about this woman?
Oh. And you like see him hit, like he thunks his head on the bar, just.
That's a deflection.
No, I'm just.
No, your head just deflected off the bar.
Oh. Oh. Good one. Forget. That was good. I will take 1 point off of the board. There you go. Now that is a very weird thing to talk about. It's like if you saw a ghost, like a real ass ghost of someone that you knew a long time ago, but they're real and they're right in front of you, and this person way back when was super important to you. Like you loved them, like as much as a kid can fall in love with somebody, like you fell in love with them. And then they went away, and then you saw them again. That's not a situation that it's not a situation that anyone I know has ever had to deal with, and it is fucking me up inside. I'll be honest. I don't know how I feel. My job says find all replicants and retire them. But my mind says there was one person in your childhood that saw who you were really, and accepted everything about you, and even was fascinated by you, and they wanted to hear everything about your life, and they wanted to be around you all the time. And they never judged you or said anything bad about you for being a little pickpocket thief or being poor. And then they go away. And then you see them again. And they're involved with something that you, as your job as a police officer, and your job as a police officer, you probably should arrest them, or at least bring them in for questioning or something, when all you really want to do is ask where they've been, ask how they've been, ask why they went away. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is, but it's doing a job on me.
You look over to me, you can see me holding my necklace, looking down. I haven't touched my drink.
What were we talking about?
This person.
Oh, yeah. All that dumb shit aside, it's very weird, and I want to find her. To be honest, I want to find her. I want to ask her things. And I'm afraid of the answers. I'm afraid I won't understand or won't like the answers. Whatever she has.
Are you afraid of what we might have to do?
I try not to think about it. But yeah, I suppose. But every time I think about having to draw my weapon or whatever, and she's involved, that I stop and I put it out of my head, and I stop thinking about it because I don't want to. I want her. You know what I wish? You know what I wish? I wish that when and if I get to talk to her, that she says, I got swept up in this. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim, and I'd say, it's okay. I'll protect you. And then she'd come with me or something, and I'd learn all about who she really is, and it would be great.
Do you love her?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if it's her. I mean, it's her, but it's not her that I knew. But maybe it is. Maybe it's something I haven't thought of. Maybe it is actually her. Maybe she's a goddamn fucking skin job something. Maybe it'll be okay with me if we talk about it, something. But like I said, I'm just fucked up about it. And that's why I started without you today. Because I talked a little bit about this with Pop, and it was brought up a lot of shit. And I needed that shit to not be so loud. Now, enough. Slam my glass down. Enough about me. God damn it. I want to know about you. You said we're going to get to know each other better. Is it just this talking conversation that we're having? Or do you have something else in mind? Because at this point, right now, I'm game for whatever.
If you want to know more about me, I can give you the long version and the short version.
Whatever you feel best comfortable with. I'm not going anywhere.
I was lost in the system. I never really felt like I had a home. You asked me about vices. I've done it all. I've done things that I'm not proud about. People that I'm not proud about. Who I am, Skip. I'd love to tell you, but I don't have an easy answer for you. I think I'm still trying to figure that out.
Why'd you do the things that you regret? That you're not proud of stuff? Why'd you do the not proud things?
To see if anything would get better. See if there was something better. I made a lot of bad choices. And slept with the wrong people. Never loved any of them.
You know, pardon my interrupting, but I think maybe that's why you and Bob might get along as well as you do.
What do you mean?
You both have a distinct trouble loving or being loved or even liked by people. And you're not an unlikable guy. Neither of you are unlikable. You distance yourself, both of you, so much from other people. And I'm not saying it's not justified, but I'm saying I saw that. I asked Galen, you're Galen. I asked Bob earlier, and I meant no offense, and I hope I didn't take it wrong. I asked him if he had any friends. And he took some time. And he said, in essence, not really. And it made me kind of sad for him. And I'm wondering if you are similar. Like, have you been hurt and don't want to be hurt anymore? Or something like that?
If you want to know something about me, Skiv, I'm always hurting.
Do you want love in your life?
I'll tell you if I find it. I don't know what it's like. I can't say if I want it if I don't know what it's like.
Well, I'll tell you, brother. Just like the song says, man, there's no feeling like it in the world to love and be loved by someone. Very amazing. I hope you find it. I really do.
We can add that to the board maybe later. For now, I'm gonna finish my drink in one. Why don't we both find some love for tonight? Lowercase.
Real quick, is that legal? GM? Okay. That sounds like a great idea. And you're buying. Fuck. I'm just kidding. I can pay for it.
No. I'll handle it. We're partners after all.
And
You're a
whether he
hero.
likes it or not, I throw my arm around him like real sloppy, just like partners. I'll take that. If we can't be friends yet, partners it is.
I would seem to have no, like, harsh reaction or anything to it. No. I'm gonna go... and I'm gonna make a guess.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look around. All right, I see the one I want. See if you match.
How do you feel about blondes?
God damn it. You goddamn bastard. Yes, that's the one. It was either the blonde or the bouncer. One of them. For the blonde, you got it in one. Good job. I don't know if is she working?
I sort of like look over out of the corner of my eye towards you. Yeah.
Well, Liz, what about you though? What's your flavor? Wait, you want the bouncer? Oh, I bet that's it.
I think I'll have a sampler.
Oh. Good choice. Good choice. A flight of sex. You get a whole little taste of like 4 of them, 5 of them sometimes. I respect that.
I'm also going to hand you something.
I take it. And I look around, I like take it from you and I go, shh, shh, shh. What's that?
Nobody's gonna tell on you. Not here.
Okay. And I kind of like look around a little bit and like open my hand just a little bit. What am I seeing?
I don't know if you'd recognize it, but it is probably a small red pill. Are you familiar with a lot of different kinds of drugs?
I would say, like, pardon me, like a cursory knowledge. If it's like some designer drug, probably not. But like, if it's a name that gets tossed around the street, then yes.
This is experience.
And what does it do?
It gives you an experience, a very pleasurable one, and it's often taken when people have sex.
Okay. Wait, is this XP?
Yeah.
I've never had this. Is it okay for me? I'm like up in your ear, like whispering.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people say that it levels you up.
That sounds good. And I just like pop it in my mouth and I drink. Ready to rock and roll. How do I, by the way, I'm not super experienced. Do I just walk up and say, what do I walk up and say?
I'll introduce you.
Okay. Put my sloppy hand back around his arm, back around his shoulder, like, I'm ready. Let's party.
Good evening. This is my friend Skiff.
All right. That was amazing. Everything has been amazing so far. Holy shit. Bob, where are we?
I'm currently at a food stall. There's about 4 of those round stools, no back to them, nestled up to a bar. The place is lit up and a lot of different neon. A lot of the neon is busted. But if it was lit up properly, there'd be a sign on the front that said Triple N. It's a sushi bar, a very small one. Behind the bar is an older man. He's Japanese. He's singing to himself. He will not hesitate to tell you over and over again that he grew up on this block and he will die on this block. And he is currently working on some food.
Why did you choose this place?
I don't want to answer that.
Okay.
At least not yet.
You don't have to. You never have to answer me. I was just curious.
Yeah.
At least I know it was the right question. How long do you think you've been waiting here? Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
Oh, no. You're more than fine. I would have gotten here a solid 15 minutes before I was supposed to be meeting Selma. So it's probably been almost that. Close to it. I'm not sure what to expect. Well, how punctual Selma's going to be. So I'm keeping my eyes out down the dark streets. Don't know which way she'll be coming from.
What are you thinking about while you wait?
I'm actually trying not to think. I'm twiddling my thumbs. I keep turning towards Mr. Yuto and saying, "How's it coming along?"
Oh, good. And
right.
you?
Oh, I'm fine. No, I meant the food. How, you know what? That's fine. Take your time. He's notorious for being very slow. Gesundheit.
Sorry. Hi.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. It just started sneezing a whole bunch. Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Oh, Mr. Yuto.
Hi.
That's Mr. Yuto,
Yuto.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Uh-huh. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, he's not going to turn around and look at you. It's just sort of his way. Can you do 2 regulars? I mean, I don't know what you would want. Do you like sushi? I'm sorry, I don't.
Sure. Yeah. No, I love sushi. Open. Whatever you recommend.
It's just nigiri and tamaki. You'll get to us in a minute.
Okay. Sure. Smells good. Smells kind of like soy sauce.
Yeah, that's mostly what he uses. All right. I appreciate you coming out here.
Sure. We're sitting next to each other or opposite? Because it's a bar, right?
Yeah, it's one long bar.
Okay.
I would have been sitting on so there's 4 seats, so the middle right one is where I sit.
Okay.
So wherever you decide to sit from there, that's your choice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sit right down next to you. So yeah, no problem. Happy to make it. It's been a while since I've had a good sushi meal.
Oh. Well, I don't know if this is going to be good in your... It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The reason I wanted to ask you about the other day, and I'm sorry to just jump right in like this, but
No, it's all right.
I had a talk with Skiff. We went to the gym and just sort of dove into a few things. Speaks very highly of you, by the way. I mean, I'm sure you probably know that. He's very, very verbal.
Sure, he can get to talking.
He gave me the impression that you're very honest. So I wanted to ask you some questions, and I understand they might be uncomfortable,
All right.
but if you'll just indulge me.
Sure. I mean, I love this kind of stuff, you know. I like deep conversations like this, so hit me with what you got.
I don't like that, but I'm glad you do. When we were in that club and the replicant had sort of turned the gun towards you,
Yeah.
you had a face. I'm not good at reading people.
Mm.
And I was just wondering, what were you feeling?
I think the biggest one was fear. You know, I mean, for me, fear is it looks different on everybody, but my fear is mixed in with a lot of spite. You know, there's some vengeance there. It's part of the reason I joined the force is because I believe in justice. And I only just recently started to want justice for myself. So that makes me a little scared, you know. It's,
Wait. What do you mean for yourself?
Well, I mean, my history on the force is it's varied. You know, I wasn't always an analyst, and you know, Bob, one of the reasons I really wanted to get into analyst work was to help people from the background, help people from behind the scenes, where I didn't have to be out, you know, on a beat. I didn't have to be thinking about the next person I was going to apprehend, and I wasn't going to be thinking about whether or not that person were real. And now it's my day-to-day. That's what I do anyway. So I think our fears have a way of catching up with us one way or another. And there was a time when I was taken hostage by a few replicants. Actually, it was a group of about 6 or 7 people, maybe. I think at the time they called themselves I think it was like the Red Cricket Alliance or something like that. If you remember, it was actually a few years back. So this is back when I was still working a beat. And I got caught on the mission, and I got caught. And it took a while. It took about 36 hours for a rescue to help up, for dispatch to show up, actually find out where I was located. But in that time, there was a lot of, and you can see I'm kind of fiddling with my hands right now. I'm looking around. I'm sort of not really looking at Bob, but I continue. There was a lot of torture. There was a lot of and I sort of stopped. You just kind of see my eyes go, just space out just a bit. And then I just kind of snap back. And there was a little bit of existential confusion as to whether or not I was actually living this moment, as to whether or not I was actually there. And sometimes I still feel like I'm there. In that space where I have nothing, I have no weapon. And I was terrified. I was terrified of continuing doing that work, because if it meant that I was going to be in these situations, then I didn't want to do that anymore. But it made me angry. It made me angry, and I stayed with the work out of motivation to take these things down. And we see the worst of ourselves in these things. They're monsters. What's crazy is that I've seen humans do these very same things, but it's different when it's a machine.
Yeah.
It's different when it's effective and efficient and quick and unpredictable. It's so different. It's so different because the psychological profile of a replicant and a human, you really wonder when you're not going to be able to tell the difference. That's what we're here for, Bob. That's what we're here for. That's why we do what we do. It's because we're supposed to be able to tell the difference. How the hell are you going to be able to tell the difference between monster and a monster?
You know, you said a few years back, right?
Oh yeah.
So you probably would have had
about 15 years ago.
You would have had the N6 models. The thing is, going all the way back to when they first started producing these things, you cut them, they bleed, you know?
Yeah.
You could cut to the bone. It's bone. But it's not bone.
Nope.
It's not our bone.
No.
About this time, you'd see Mr. Yudo would be slowly making his way over with a plate of questionable looking sushi. He would put it down next to me, and I would say, thank you.
He just grunts and walks away.
And then you see me grab my necklace. I take it off and I put it next to the plate, and then I turn back towards you. When I was talking with Skiff, I asked him about the little girl that he had mentioned. And then, you know, when he saw her again, how do you feel about it? I've been having a hard time. And this isn't sympathy for replicants. Now, I don't want you to misconstrue it or anything. I lost somebody. Everybody loses people. And I look over at the ring. I lost somebody. And I kept thinking, if I saw this person again, I would know that they were a replicant. I would know, right? Well, I mean, you don't. They. But I would know. But how do you reconcile that? I saw Renzo as a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
It's just what he was.
Mm.
But you hear Skiff talk about this other replicant, and there's this kindness. There's this respect, maybe love. I don't know. Killing, retiring Renzo was necessary, and our job we have to do these things. I guess I wanted to know, the reason I asked you here, I just wanted to know that what I saw on your face was fear. Or was there anger?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a fair bit of anger in there as well. Bob.
Is it ridiculous to be angry at something that's not human? Is that ridiculous?
No. I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be? I mean, if they're not really people. I mean, I could get upset, if I had some sort of pet that, made a mess. There's a living creature behind that, but they're not living, right? Or they're...
Bob. And Selma, or I kind of lean in just a bit, and I look at him and I say, I can tell this has really been eating you up. And I just want you to know that it's not like these thoughts have not crossed my mind, or really any other mind of anybody on the force. I would imagine that anyone who is directed at a moment's notice to retire something that looks like a human, walks, talks like a human, that can be difficult. I know it can be difficult. But, I have to believe that humanity is precious. I have to believe that we are unique and we are special and we are hurtling on this rock in a dark void. Nothing else has come close to being human except for this, except for these things, except for something that we made in our image because we decided we wanted to play the idea of a deity. We wanted to play the idea of creation. It's a farce, Bob. It's made up. It's just ideological bullshit. In a world of capitalism and cynicism and people who don't know what they stand for. I can tell you right now that the reason that I became a Blade Runner was to protect humanity. Sometimes we gotta protect humanity from ourselves.
or the image of ourselves. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not. It's just, it doesn't feel as much as a line that you step over. For Renzo, retiring him, I was happy to do it and angry, but when it comes to a situation like Skiff's, I can't. I mean, what if you have a replicant that can live a full life and they're a baby and someone raises them and they have every experience? I mean, I know that the way I feel about it is, well, they're a computer of sorts, right? Just like our brains. And because that's what Galen kept saying. And then they have all these experiences, but they have it coded in for how they process it. But then how is that different than us? And then I don't know. And then I reach over and I put my hand over the ring on the table.
Can I ask the significance of that ring?
Yeah. It's my partner. He was a very jovial guy. Kind of, in his words, took me under his wing. He used to drag me out all over the place. Most scenes are not my scene, but he made me go. He was going to get married. She died when that nuke was blown up in the stratosphere. In the EMP, she was in a car.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This ring is actually it's Sam's ring. There was nothing left of before a year ago. This was the job. After that happened, I never wanted more than to just retire as many of them as I could. Didn't even matter if they were ones we were supposed to be looking for. I wanted it, I'm so twisted and turned around. I don't even know how to express how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know. These things are things, but they can make decisions that get people killed. Mm-hmm. I, so far, have not personally met a replicant that was kind or nice or human. At least that's not how they felt. They felt like tape recorders, just with a lot of tape.
When I was trapped in this tiny room, they strapped me to a table and tried to poke around under my eyelids, and there was a woman an older woman. She looked like an older woman, but she wasn't. And as I was screaming and just trying to get out, she kept trying to hold my hand and tell me that it was going to be okay. It makes my heart race just thinking about it, Bob. I don't think she did that out of any other reason than to say, oh, it's gonna be okay. But she's not a she. It's an it. It was programmed to do that. It's performing. How in God's name do you explain that? You can't. Feels like the kindness is fabricated. It's scientific. It's not natural, it's not organic. And to me, it certainly never feels like warmth. And I look down. You know, I question the same stuff, Bob. But as soon as I start digging in, I remember that they're just machines. And they're just operating on zeros and ones.
Okay.
I can hear how this is. I can hear how it's bothering you. And I don't think I would have the same amount of anger if it were that cut and dry. Because I look at it. I have to look at it. I have to look at it as machine. I have to look at it as programming. Because humans do these same things. And I want to separate myself.
Separate yourself.
Yeah. That's hard to do when you're the one shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you talking to me.
I'm not sure how much it really helped, just considering the situation and how we've all been.
You didn't help
going
at
through
all,
it.
but I appreciate you listening and talking to me.
Good. You're a good man, Bob.
I don't even know what that means.
You're a good man. You care. You care. And you know what else? You're bringing it up because you care.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't eat the sushi. It'll make you sick.
Noted.
It's fine. He's not even halfway through your order.
We'll just have a bite and make a noise, and that'll be that.
Yeah. I got it. I'll pay for it.
Bob, promise me something, if you can. Whatever happens, go easy on yourself.
No. That's how people get killed.
It's fair enough.
But thank you for caring. Hey, you and Galen and Skiff and myself seem to work pretty well together.
So far, so good.
I wanted to apologize for getting on your case way back.
Oh,
No.
that's water under the bridge. Nah, I know you're also doing your job. You know what? Hell, Bob, I respect it. I do. Same reason I respect Skiff and Galen and yourself. You tell it like it is. And I think you have good intent.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go for a walk. Are you gonna be all right? I know you can handle yourself, but I'm just,
Absolutely.
all right.
Yeah. Take care of yourself and clear your head if you can.
I pick up my necklace. I put it back on. I pull the chinion to pay for the sushi out. I put it on the table, and on top of that is the medal. And I just kind of put it next to the plate, and I get up and I walk away.
I inspect the medal. I pick it up. Kind of sigh. I put it in my pocket. I look at Mr. Yuto and I motion. And I kind of feel the metal in there and I just think, yeah. Me neither, Bob. Me neither.
Detective? I don't mean to alarm you, but I think someone is following me. So if you could give me a call back, right away, that would be great. I need your help.